Hi and welcome back. So as you can probably guess, what I'm building next is a huge box of plastic. Anyone who's ever built this will know how much plastic you get, and if you haven't, I'm about to show you. I have looked in this box already, so I've got an idea what we're going to do. I'm not going to go just opening bags of plastic, because I'm going to do this in a certain order. But if we look here, we've got 4 identical sprues. We've got 2x2 identical sprues. There's 2 identical sprues in this bag. Identical pieces in this bag. 2 identical. Another 2 identical sprues. A couple of clear parts. And 4 more identical sprues. So, I'm not even going to open it all at once for cleaning. I'm going to open it as I need it. A lot of this is you build 2 of something identical or 4 of something identical. So, if we see on the plans, obviously the nose cockpit is one part, just once. Undecided yet if I'm going to light inside the cockpit. I may do, because when I bought this, I bought quite a few other bits and pieces at the time. And Keith at Cosmic Scale Models was nice enough to throw in replacement pilots. So I'm going to replace the pilots that come with the kit with these. I've never even opened this yet, because I didn't want to lose them. And we all know I don't normally like doing figures, but I will make an exception. Aren't they beautiful? Oh, some lovely detail on them. So yeah, we will paint them, and we'll try to do them proud. So that's one part, but then we can see here we've got build it twice, build it twice, build it 4 times, build it 4 times, build it 4 times, build it 4 times, build it twice, build it twice, build it twice, build it 4 times, build it twice. I think you're getting the picture. So I'm going to tackle this in stages, lots of little sub-assemblies in a production line manner. So I'll be building 2 of something at the same time, or 4 of something at the same time. Also, for when we're painting, I have already purchased the Aztec Dummy masks for this, that Lou does over at Aztec Dummy. He's obviously built this if he's got things, so you can go watch his build as well for how to use the masks. It does come with this sheet, which are just for putting on for markings. I don't think I'll use this. If I want to do black markings, I will mask off a little square and paint it. Trent, if we can get away from decals, we will. So there's no point having masking set for painting if we then got to put great big vinyl masks on. Sort of defeats the object to me. I haven't looked at the decals. So you're looking at these with me for the first time. This is quite exciting, us all opening stuff together. I know that there's masks for these, so we won't be using any of them bits. There's masks for all this black, so we won't be using them. Any of these shapes we can mask off now. I think we've got masks for them. Obviously we will be using anything with names on. I don't think we'll be using these little shapes. So we'll actually use very little of the decals again, which seems to be becoming a bit of a habit with me. So I'm going to decide what to paint first. I might start with the cockpit and a couple of other bits at the same time. We'll see how we go. and I'll update whenever I'm ready to. So I'm undecided if we're going to add lighting or not. So just in case I do, I've primed the inside of the nose cone in black. This all needs to be painted before we proceed with putting it together anyway, as do the figures. I think here we can really see if this will focus. Yes, it has. I think here we can really see the quality difference in these figures that Keith gave me compared to what come in the kit. So these have to really look good. But while I'm waiting for paint to dry, we're going to start assembling the next part, which is this cage. So, very simple. Put them together, just using our Tamiya extra thin. Shouldn't take more than a couple of seconds. I love using this glue. Doesn't take long. Yeah, that one's set. So we are these H pieces and these N pieces. This is stage 3 and 4, is it? No, stage 6 and 7. We're skipping right through these while paint dries. Can't do that until it does. So straight on part 6 we've just done, and we're off to do this part 7. So this is going to be fun. These will only go one way up. The little notches for it to sit in. It's not the greatest join ever, but it will do the trick. We have the fun getting to sit into these as well. And our parts gives us our width properly. Very fiddly, but this is the nature of this kit. So I think we will just leave that 10, maybe 15 minutes to set up nicely before I add any more pieces. Right, so I've got quite a few bits on the go here. So I'm going to get these two pieces glued together so we can work on the seam line. And we can literally do that here and now. Not worried about the clear parts, they can go in later. Like, fits nicely together, but all this line round here needs to go. I've got some circle masks ready to go in here because we won't be adding them parts till a lot later, but I don't want any stray paint hitting the windows once they're in place or the rear console or anything. I got all this put together. This went together a lot easier than I thought it would. I can't remember the company. I'm going to look it up. But back in the 70s, I had one of the original model kits of Space 1999. And I remember making quite a mess of it. And it didn't last long because I was that sort of age where there were still toys to me. We have jumped straight into our 70s palette. I've just got some buff down on the rear. I'm waiting for it to dry properly, so I want to give it some proper curing time before I get masking paper on and we'll start masking bits off and build up the door and the frame and these consoles on the back walls and these vents. We'll have some fun. I am in a position where I am going to be starting to get the orange down on my little men. So I'm using the Vallejo German orange here. And I'm hoping it will go down nicely. I'm starting on the back just so I can see what the colour's like. Not too bad. I'm going to carry on with that. I may move to the Tamiya orange over the top of it, but we'll start with the first coat of this orange. But yeah, that's going down very nicely. So I'm going to carry on with these parts. Lots of different things going on, and we'll jump in when there's something new to look at. Right, so I'm making some really good progress with this model. So I've only been at it a couple of days. Spine is together. Put a bit of filler into where the two halves join together. And a lot happy with that. I'm happy with how it's gone. I've heard people saying they have problems with it buckling and not being straight. It's gone together very simply for me, and I can see on my board it's nice straight. Maybe it's because my work surface is still relatively new and the board's very new. It's all bought within this year, so it hasn't had time to get warped and cause problems. So that's going aside for quite a while, because I'll do all the painting at once so we stick to the same core colours instead of getting confused. So, nose cone. Very happy with this. Got rid of all the seam line. It's been done with it was all 600 grit. And it was 3 times I had to go over. Putty, sand, primer, putty, sand, primer, putty, sand, primer. But finally happy with that. And then there's the interior part, which had to be finished before we move on. And these are the Keep from Cosmic Scale Models figures instead of what's in the kit, and I'm really happy with these. And I decided to put the third one in that I'd put standing up. It's coming through the door for whatever reason, but I'm happy with this. So I have already installed lights. So next up, I need to get the clear parts installed. I need to get some cotton wool, fibre fill, however you want to call it, to diffuse this light. I'm going to spray that with clear orange, so we get the orange glow that we're used to seeing in the Space 1999 cockpit. And then it's going to be fun how I'm going to have to thread everything through to get all this joined together. So next time we see anything, these 3 pieces will all be joined and we can see what it looks like lit up. Okay, so that's the cockpit together. I'm going to have to go back and re-putty this side. It's split open as I was putting everything in together. But that's not a major problem. That can be done. Really glad with how this orange light's come out. I've turned off the overhead light so you're actually seeing what it's done. I really like that. It's very indicative of the TV show. We can see everything in there. A lot that you're never really going to notice unless you get close up. But that's the same with a lot of these kits. Take no notice of the bottom, they'll be blacked out. But yeah, really happy with how this cockpit's come together. So next, obviously I've got this to re-putty and seal. But now it's on to lots of production line stuff. Can we get here? So like 2 of these to build, 4 of these to build. 4 of these, 2 of these, two of these. I've got all these parts washed as the next stage. So I'm going to build all them next. We're not going to do any of our paint job on the outside until everything's sub-assembled. So make sure we get the same colours all the way through. But really good start I think I've got to this. And I think this is a really good point to leave the first episode. As I said, next time, lots of production line stuff, making lots of little sub-assemblies. But for now, thank you for watching. Keep trekking and keep modelling. Thank you. Goodbye.